Imagine for a moment. You wake up early in the morning when it's still dark and cool outside. The whole world seems to be frozen in silence. You decide to brew yourself a cup of hot tea, sit by the window, and enjoy the stillness. But instead of peace, thoughts begin to emerge, one after another, as if competing for your attention. Am I living the right way? What's wrong with me? Or maybe everything is fine? These questions fill your mind, weigh on you, as if trying to take complete control. Sound familiar? Thoughts seem like an endless stream that can't be stopped. And what's surprising is that this isn't just a random set of questions. It's your mind taking over and controlling you. Have you ever wondered why thoughts are so persistent? Why do they keep coming back again and again, despite all your attempts to distract yourself? In this video, I will share with you how to stop this endless internal noise, not for a minute, not temporarily, but truly break the cycle of thoughts that steal your peace. But before we begin, I must tell you an uncomfortable truth. Your thoughts are not you. Moreover, they don't even belong to you. Yes, this may sound strange or even shocking, as many of us are used to identifying ourselves with our thoughts, decisions, and plans. We think that our mind is who we are. But the truth is that the mind is just a tool. It's not you. And this illusion is what makes us prisoners of our own minds. I've noticed this for a long time. The harder you try to stop your thoughts, the faster they come back. It's like trying to hold sand in your fist. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. Thoughts can be compared to a swarm of flies buzzing around your head. The more you wave your hands trying to drive them away, the more of them appear. As one wise person once said, trying to stop your thoughts is like trying to catch a shadow with your hands. The harder you try, the less effective it is. Your mind is a cunning manipulator. It doesn't want to lose control and will fight for its existence. Our mind essentially becomes an enemy when it comes to finding inner peace. Think about it. How often have you tried to calm down, only for the flow of thoughts to become louder and more chaotic? It's like a stubborn child who cries louder the more you try to reason with them. Our thoughts are similar. They demand attention and resist silence. The more we fight them, the stronger they become. A classic example from life. You've probably encountered a situation where you needed to focus on something important, but thoughts started flooding your mind. What if something goes wrong? What if I forget something important? These intrusive reflections consume your attention, disrupt your focus, and only heighten your anxiety. This reminds me of a scene from the movie Inception. In the film, an idea that enters someone's mind becomes uncontrollable, taking over the person and their reality. Similarly, we often unknowingly allow our thoughts to grow to such proportions that they begin to rule our lives. Why do popular methods often fail? Meditation, breathing techniques, yoga, they help, but only temporarily. Eventually, thoughts return. Why? Because when we try to stop the mind, we use the mind itself. It's like trying to drown out the sound of a siren with loud music. The effect is temporary at best. Imagine you're practicing a breathing exercise. Inhale, exhale, everything seems fine. And a thought pops up. Am I doing this right? Or when you're in a yoga session, trying to immerse yourself in meditation, but somewhere in the back of your mind questions arise. When will the session end? Am I sitting correctly? Sound familiar? The more we try to control our thoughts, the more active they become. It's a vicious cycle where effort only adds tension. How to escape this trap? The solution is much simpler than it seems. Instead of fighting your thoughts, start observing them. Imagine your thoughts are clouds drifting across the sky. They appear, change, disappear, and you are the sky, unchanging and constant. Try not to judge your thoughts, not to analyze or change them. Simply notice, there is a thought. Once you stop giving thoughts energy, they lose their power. Practical exercise. 1. Find a quiet place, sit comfortably, and close your eyes. 2. Breathe evenly and naturally. 3. When a thought arises, simply note it. There is a thought. Don't analyze or judge it. 4. Imagine the thought as a cloud that simply drifts by. At first, it may seem like thoughts are increasing, but over time, they will begin to fade. The gaps between them will grow, and you will start to feel inner peace. Physical activity as a tool. Our body often becomes a source of tension that fuels the mind. Try physical activity to free your mind. Think of movies about athletes, like Rocky. The protagonist, training to the point of exhaustion, leaves all mental noise behind. A walk, a jog, or simple physical exercises can be a powerful tool. The key is not to run away from your thoughts, but to let your body take on some of the tension. How to deal with negative thoughts. Many of us fear negative thoughts and try to suppress them, but the more we resist, the stronger their power becomes. Instead, approach negative thoughts with curiosity. When a thought arises, ask, what is it trying to tell me? Where did it come from? This approach turns a negative thought into a clue rather than a source of fear. Your mind is an ocean. On the surface of the ocean, waves rage. These are your thoughts. But deep beneath the surface, there is always calm. To reach that state, don't try to tame the waves. Just dive deeper. Another analogy. Imagine the sky and clouds. The clouds may be dark or light, large or small, but the sky remains unchanged. Similarly, your true self is unaffected by thoughts that simply pass by. How to apply this in life? Try taking 1 minute each day to simply be. Don't think, don't judge, don't try to change anything. Pause and notice the world around you. This could be a simple moment at work, on your commute, or at home. The key is practice. Conclusion. Thoughts are not enemies. They simply exist. When we stop fighting them, we unlock a state of peace that has always been within us. Our mind is a tool, not a master. Learn not to control your thoughts, but to understand their nature. Then silence will become your companion, and your mind will become your ally, not your adversary. Today, we discussed how to manage the flow of thoughts, find peace in the present moment, improve relationships, unleash creativity, overcome fears, and discover true happiness. But the most important thing to remember is that this is not an ultimate goal, but a process. It's a journey you take every day, step by step, moment by moment. Your mind is used to acting, seeking answers, and controlling. So it will take time for it to learn to be quiet. Don't criticize yourself if you keep catching yourself thinking. It's normal. Just gently return to the present moment, observing your thoughts like clouds drifting by. Once you allow yourself to simply be, you'll start noticing the silence that has always been within you. This peace, like the depths of the ocean, is unchanging, regardless of the waves on the surface. Now that you know how to find inner peace, start practicing it every day. Step by step, you'll free yourself from mental noise and begin to live consciously, in harmony with yourself. Share your thoughts about this lecture in the comments. What was helpful, what inspired you, or maybe what you disagree with. I'd love to hear your opinion. And please remember, take care of yourself and keep your mind clean and in order. With love, Ashrielin.